Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. We're going to give all attendees about 5 minutes to gather before we begin. Hello, everyone. Thanks for taking time today to participate in this virtual CFSS information session. My name is Lee, and I'm here supporting DHS in sharing information and resources about the transition from PCA and CSG to CFSS. Today, we will also be joined by a CFSS policy lead for DHS who will support the presentation from a policy subject point of view. Today's training is designed for people newly assessed for CFSS or those interested in learning more about CFSS. If you are joining us from a lead agency or provider group, you are welcome to attend, but please know this information is specifically designed for people receiving services. There are a variety of additional trainings specific to your role, which we would be happy to share with you. Today's agenda will cover an introduction to CFSS, the purpose of the session guidelines, how to select a CFSS model, the agency and budget models, the service delivery plan, next steps, and resources, and finally, how to share feedback. The information you learn today will help you prepare for your initial visit with your consultation services provider. CFSS is a new program that Minnesota has implemented under the authority of the federal government. It replaces PCA and Consumer Support Grant, CSG, for people who have been receiving those services. Individuals assessed or reassessed for CFSS beginning in October 2024 are required to take certain steps in order to gain access or continue access to their services. We will cover those steps in our information session today. We assume that if you're here, you or family member has been assessed for CFSS eligibility and that you are beginning this process. The purpose of this session is to provide different means for people to get ready for the transition to CFSS. We're going to present basic information about the program for people receiving services to assist you in understanding how you can prepare and also share resource materials that you can access and use. We're aware that for many people, there have been challenges in learning about CFSS and moving forward through the process of transitioning to the new program. Today, we won't be troubleshooting those issues, but we will be sharing information to help guide you through. DHS has an updated timeline for people who are going to use CFSS. The updated timeline accounts for the time it takes to select a provider, meet with them to learn about CFSS and the agency and budget models, and prepare and submit a plan for approval. It does take time to complete these steps, so as soon as you have been assessed for CFSS, you need to begin working through them. All people must be using CFSS services by September 30th, 2026. And after October 1st, 2026, using PCA and CSG will no longer be an option. CFSS brings with it a number of new benefits for the people who will use it. The advantages of transitioning to the new program are there are a few categories of new eligible workers, including paying the parent of a minor, paying a spouse, and paying other people who receive services. Worker training and development is covered. Personal Emergency Response Systems, PERS, are also covered. And the program allows for a flexible use of units and dollars between personal care staffing and goods and services. Before we present a video developed by DHS, we want to share some of the important elements of the new program. There are several roles in CFSS that you will need to understand, and there are also two models that you will choose from in order to receive your services. In CFSS, you will interact with some or all of the following entities: consultation services providers, lead agencies, financial management services providers, and CFSS provider agencies. Each of them has different responsibilities. Your lead agency, which is a county, tribal nation, or managed care organization, will authorize plans, update service agreements, coordinate with other providers, and oversee and coordinate the delivery of services to individuals. Consultation service providers will be the first provider you meet with. They will provide detailed information about CFSS and assist you in understanding the service. During your initial meeting, you can expect them to talk to you about your interests and preferences, your assessed needs, your likes and dislikes, and how you want to direct your care. With this information, they will assist you in developing your service delivery plan. Though your service plan year consultation serve through your service plan year, consultation services providers are available to answer your questions and provide ongoing education. They can assist you with making changes to your service delivery plan when needed and will support you in renewing services for the following year. Consultation services providers will also provide quality assurance support and will be your main resource for CFSS. Financial management service providers support people using the CFSS budget model to fulfill their responsibilities in being the employer of their workers. They also facilitate the purchase of goods and services for people in both models. CFSS agency providers recruit, hire, train, supervise, and pay support workers for individuals. With CFSS, you will choose between two service models, the agency and budget model. In the agency model, the lead agency authorizes units to the person, and the person selects a CFSS provider agency to employ workers. This model is similar to the traditional PCA service option. In the budget model, the lead agency authorizes dollars to the person, and the person employs their workers. The person selects a financial management services provider to assist with employer-related tasks. The first resource that we will share today is a video created by DHS to help you better understand the options that are available to you so that you can make informed decisions. The key messages in this video explain what this new program is and how to make the transition to it. Those points are CFSS is replacing CSG and PCA, and this is not an exact one-to-one change, so you need to familiarize yourself with what would be different for you. How CFSS allows for the use of goods and services plus PERS to replace the need for personal care. Also, how new categories of workers, including parents of minors, spouses, and people who receive CFSS themselves, are covered in the program. And finally, how to get started with CFSS if you are new to services. So now we're going to play this interactive module, choosing a CFSS model. It describes the agency and budget models. It also poses 6 to 8 broad questions to help you select the best model for your needs. After we play the video, DHS's policy lead for this program will walk you through some of the scenarios that come into play as you decide which model will be best for you. Later in the session, the DHS policy lead will also walk you through some parts of the service delivery plan document that you must prepare and submit to your lead agency for approval. For now, we're just providing a preview of the resources available in the module, and we encourage you to visit this link after this webinar or with your consultation services provider during your session with them. Community First Services and Supports, CFSS, is a program from the state of Minnesota that provides workers, goods, and services to help seniors and people with disabilities remain independent and healthy in their community. CFSS has some similarities to personal care assistance, PCA, and some similarities to the Consumer Support Grant, CSG. Here, you would select the button on the screen that best describes you. Note that if you currently use CSG instead of home care nursing, you will need to discuss how this change impacts you with your consultation services provider. CFSS has many similarities to PCA. The eligibility for both programs is the same, so people eligible for PCA will also be eligible for CFSS. CFSS will cover all of the services that PCA covers, and you still direct care. So what's new in CFSS? Let's click on each tab for more information. Consultation services. A new provider called Consultation Services will educate you about CFSS and your choices, support you in writing your initial CFSS service delivery plan, and review that plan. Additional possible workers. CFSS has more choices for who can serve as your worker. There are two types of family members who could not serve as your PCA worker that will be able to serve as your CFSS worker. Unlike PCA, someone can be the CFSS worker for their spouse. Also, unlike in PCA, someone can be the CFSS worker for their minor child. There is one other change to who can serve as a worker in CFSS. People who use CFSS can serve as the CFSS worker for others, since people using PCA or CFSS services have diverse needs and abilities. Worker training and development budget. You will have a worker training and development budget that you or your provider agency can use flexibly to train a worker on your specific needs. Goods, services, and PERS. You can choose to purchase goods and services to aid in your independence. You can also purchase a personal emergency response system, PERS, to serve you when you don't have staff. Service models. You can choose from two models, a budget model or an agency model. These models are different from the options offered in PCA. You should make a choice separate from the choice you made in PCA. The other features of CFSS described on this slide will be available in either model. In CFSS, you have two models to choose from, the agency and budget model. The two models are different in some ways, but the most important thing is true in both. You direct your care. This means your opinions and preferences matter, and you have the power to make decisions about how your care is delivered and by whom. If a person cannot direct care, someone else, such as a family member or friend, can direct care on their behalf. We call the person who directs care the participant's representative. A participant's representative makes all the decisions a person would typically make. If you are a participant's representative watching this, assume that anytime this training talks about decisions you or the person must make, we're also talking about you as the participant's representative. In CFSS, you always write a service delivery plan with help if you'd like. You have a say in who your workers are. You tell those workers how you want tasks done, including information and feedback on what they're doing that you do or don't like. And you make a day-to-day decision about your care. For example, if you don't feel like taking a bath on a day that one was planned, you don't have to. These things are also true in both CFSS models. Someone can be the paid worker for their spouse, or the parent of a child can be their paid worker. People who use CFSS can serve as the CFSS worker for others. You can buy items that will aid in your independence. A consultation services provider will give you the information you need to make decisions about your service delivery plan and how to implement it. And finally, worker training and development will be part of your service delivery plan in either model. There are two main differences between the agency and the budget model. One, being who is the employer of your workers, and two, who is responsible for administrative tasks. Let's click on each tab for more information. In the budget model, you are the employer. In the agency model, the provider agency is the employer. In both models, you participate in development of your service delivery plan, the selection and training of workers, scheduling workers, and directing workers' activities. In the budget model, you are the worker's employer and are solely responsible for all of these tasks. Regardless of who the employer is, payroll and other administrative tasks related to employment are taken care of for you, including making sure your employer taxes are paid, ensuring compliance with labor laws, and billing DHS. In the agency model, the provider agency does these tasks. In the budget model, you choose a financial management services, or FMS, to do these tasks for you. In both models, an FMS helps you purchase goods and services. This means if you purchase goods and services in the agency model, you will work with two providers, a provider agency and an FMS. Both models have advantages and disadvantages depending on the person. In short, the budget model offers more choice, while the agency model offers less responsibility. You will need to decide which is right for you based on your needs and preferences. You could think of it like the choice between cooking dinner versus getting a pre-made meal. Cooking dinner is more like the budget model. You go to the store, choose the ingredients, you find a recipe or make changes to one you already know. Cooking dinner can save you money, and some people really enjoy it. Other people find cooking stressful and would rather have some work done for them. That's more like the agency model. CFSS agencies are experienced at their jobs and can take care of many different things for you so that you don't have to worry about them. You can't always customize your meal exactly how you want it, and it might cost more, but there are several choices offered on the menu, and the quality is consistent. And if you don't like the meals you're getting, you can always look for other options. Your preferences are unique to you. One person might love cooking for the same reason another person doesn't like it. The same is true for the two CFSS models. And of course, your preferences about choosing a model might be the exact opposite of your preferences about cooking versus getting pre-made meals. This was just an example to help you think.
So I'm going to walk you through this very simple tool that will guide you through a series of questions to help you determine which model may best fit you. I will go through three examples that will lead us toward the agency model, the budget model, and a combination of the two. So for the first example, you are simply going to answer all of the questions as they pertain to you. So the first question is, what is your role? You can select I direct my own care, I direct care for a child under 18, or I direct care for an adult age 18 or older. So for this example, I'm going to select I direct care for a child under 18. What supports does your child need? You can select only workers, no workers, meaning that you're going to use the funds to purchase goods, services, or PERS, or you can select both workers and another option. So for this example, I'm going to select both workers and another option. Do you have potential workers in mind? You can select I already have workers in mind, I do not have any workers in mind, or I already have some workers in mind, but I'll need more. So for this example, I'm going to select I do not have any workers in mind. And the next question, does this apply to you? You're going to check the box if the answer is yes, that I'd like my child's parent or guardian to serve as their worker. The next question is, so you'll need more workers. And you can select, I want to recruit and hire my own workers, or I do not want to recruit and hire my own workers. So I'm going to select, I do not want to recruit and hire my own workers. And your workers may need more training. Do you want to be responsible to train your workers, or I do not want to be responsible to train my workers? So for this example, I'm going to select, I do not want to be responsible to train my workers. And do you need backup workers? You have the option of no, my emergency plan doesn't call for backup workers. Yes, I want to find backup workers myself. Or yes, I don't want to find backup workers myself. If you are unsure if you need backup workers, you can click on the green box. That will tell you some people using CFSS need backup workers. Think about what you would do if a worker doesn't show up to work. Maybe you'd be fine if this happens occasionally because the tasks you need help with can wait. Maybe you have a family member or a friend who can help. Or maybe you plan to use PERS. Or maybe you need workers, paid workers, who can work when your regular workers cannot. So for this example, I am going to select yes, I need backup workers, but I do not want to find those backup workers myself. And would you like to be able to set your workers' wage? I'm going to say no. As you can see, some of my responses best fit in the agency model and some fit in both the agency and the budget model. You can click on each box to learn more. This is just a tool to offer you assistance, and you're not required to select the agency model if this is how you answered the questions. You can still choose either the agency or the budget model. So now we'll move on to example number 2. And again, we'll answer, what is your role? For this example, I'm also going to select that I direct care for my child under 18. And what supports does your child need? I'm going to select only workers. And do you have potential workers in mind? I'm going to select I already have workers in mind. Now remember that both the agency model and the budget model allow for parents of minors and spouses to be paid workers. You can select I'd like my child's parent or guardian to serve as their worker if this applies to you. Your workers will need training. So I am going to select that I want to be responsible for training my workers. And do you need backup workers? I'm going to say yes, and I'd like to find those backup workers myself. And would you like to be able to set your workers' wage? I'm going to say yes. So for this example, you can see that some of my responses best fit in the budget model, and some fit in both the budget and the agency model. Again, you can click on each box to learn more. Remember, this is just a tool to offer you assistance, and you're not required to select the budget model if this is how you answered the questions. You can still choose the agency model or the budget model. So now we'll go through a third example, or we'll answer the questions again. What is your role? For this example, I am going to be the person receiving services, so I'm going to select that I direct my own care. And what supports do you need? I am going to select both workers and another option. Do you have potential workers in mind? I already have some workers in mind, but I'll need more. And in this example, I'm not interested in having my spouse be my worker, so I'm not going to click on the box that says I'm married and would like my spouse to serve as my worker. And again, you'll need more workers, but for this example, I'm going to select that I do not want to recruit or hire my own workers. And again, my workers are going to need training, but I'm going to select that I do want to be responsible for training my own workers. And do you need backup workers? I'm going to select yes, and I want to find those backup workers myself. And would you like to be able to set your workers' wage? I'm going to select no. So in this example, you'll see that some of our answers fit best into the agency model, and some fit best into the budget model. You'll want to think about what is the most important to you, and possibly discuss both options further with your consultation service provider to learn more. Again, this is just a tool to offer you assistance, and you can still choose either the agency model or the budget model.
Now that you have learned about some of the important choices and decisions that you will need to make so that you can complete the switch to CFSS, we're going to explain how you will document those items. Either independently or with the assistance of your consultation services provider, you will need to prepare your CFSS Individual Service Delivery Plan. All people will create a service delivery plan to be submitted to their lead agency for approval. You can view the plan template online so that you may be able to get more details on the information you will be providing. Now, the DHS policy lead is going to walk you through this tool that you can access online in DHS's document library.
I'm going to show you a very short overview of the CFSS Service Delivery Plan. As you've already learned today, all people using CFSS must create a CFSS Service Delivery Plan. The Service Delivery Plan is a document that you create with the help of your consultation service provider. You have the opportunity to identify what is important to you, the services you will receive, and how those services will be delivered. The plan will be shared with your CFSS provider agency or your FMS provider, and can also be shared with your workers so they know exactly how you would like to receive care. The information you write in your plan can be used to train your workers on the care you need and how those cares should be performed. It is a plan about you and is the link between you and your workers. The service delivery plan is required for both the agency model and the budget model. You can choose to write your service delivery plan independently or work with your consultation service provider to help develop your plan. Whether you complete it independently or with the assistance of your consultation service provider, the consultation service provider will need to review the plan and submit the plan to the lead agency for approval. So the first section is asking you to enter your identifying information and some information specific to you. You will then answer the question, is your service plan for a full year? Yes or no? And enter in the number of units you are approved for. Your eligibility results and/or the number of units will be provided to you by your assessor. If you do not have this information, you can ask your consultation services provider. You will then continue to enter all of the identifying information regarding you and your chosen providers. You will then select the agency model or the budget model. Notice additional fields will populate depending on which model you have chosen. You will continue to work your way through the plan, answering all fields and questions within the plan. Again, you can choose to complete the CFSS service delivery plan on your own, or you can work with your consultation service provider to assist in developing the plan. Whether you complete it independently or with assistance of your consultation service provider, the consultation service provider will need to review the plan and submit it to the lead agency for approval.
The purpose of today's training was to provide you with an introduction to CFSS so you can begin thinking about which model you'd like to choose and begin developing your service delivery plan. Now we're all more informed about CFSS, and this session will be coming to a close very shortly. But first, we want to let you know the next steps. Now, we understand this is a lot of information and you may have specific questions. For next steps, the person completing your assessment will give you your eligibility results and/or number of units, as well as a list of consultation services providers. This list will include the providers' names, contact information, and website addresses. You are encouraged to review the consultation providers on the list and select one or more that best fit you. You should then contact the providers you are interested in to confirm they can provide services to you. You will need to notify your lead agency of your selection so the provider can be authorized to provide services. The consultation services provider will then be able to answer your questions and assist you in getting started with CFSS. You can prepare for your meeting by reviewing the service delivery plan form so that you are familiar with the information that is required. Or, if desired, you can begin entering the information into your service delivery plan before meeting with your consultation services provider. If you'd like, you can even complete the entire plan and share it with your provider. During your initial meeting, the consultation service provider will provide you with detailed information about CFSS and assist you in understanding the service. This meeting can be held in any format you choose, such as phone, email, video, or in person. Like we previously stated, you can expect them to talk to you about your interests and preferences, your assessed needs, your likes and dislikes, and how you want to direct your care. With this information, they will assist you in developing your service delivery plan. Or, if you have already developed your plan, they will review it with you to ensure that it meets the CFSS program rules. The consultation services provider is then responsible for submitting the plan to the lead agency before authorization of CFSS. The lead agency may have questions about the service delivery plan or require changes. Your consultation services provider will work with you to update the plan so that it may be approved. If you're just starting the conversation with your lead agency or consultation services provider, here are resources that will help you begin planning. As a reminder, when you registered for this session, we included links to these resources on the event registration page. Many of you may have feedback that you would like to share with DHS or your lead agency. So we created an online survey that you may choose to participate in to share those thoughts. Thank you for attending this information session.